James Kaufman, World News Report today, November 17th, 2024. God bless you and yours, no matter where you are in the world. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. Trump team drawing up list of military officers for court-martials and treason charges. Several current and former Pentagon officials who have made their careers off sending heroic American soldiers off to die in disastrous foreign wars may be about to have their come-to-Jesus moment, courtesy of the incoming Trump administration. NBC News dropped an explosive report Saturday night revealing that the Trump transition team is making a list of those involved in the catastrophic and deadly withdrawal from Afghanistan and determining whether they can be court-martialed for their failures. These include both current and former officials, per NBC. According to the outlet, Trump officials see creating a commission as one possible avenue to thoroughly investigate the withdrawal, including who was involved and how the assignment was carried out. Charges for those involved could be as serious as treason against America, the highest possible crime. Get ready to pay the piper, Milley. Via NBC, the Trump transition team is compiling a list of senior, current, and former U.S. military officers who were directly involved in the withdrawal of Afghanistan and exploring whether they could be court-martialed for their involvement, according to a U.S. official and a person familiar with the plan. Officials working on the transition are considering creating a commission to investigate the 2021 withdrawal from Afghanistan, including gathering information about who was directly involved in the decision-making for the military, how it was carried out, and whether the military leaders could be eligible for charges as serious as treason. The U.S. official and person with knowledge of the plan said, quote, "They're taking it very seriously," the person with knowledge of the plan said. NBC further reported that Matt Flynn, a former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Counter-Narcotics and Global Threats, is helping lead the project. It's also likely that Trump Secretary of Defense nominee Pete Hegseth will become involved, assuming the Senate confirms him. Hegseth has blasted the withdrawal from Afghanistan on multiple occasions. As NBC notes, he called for the generals involved in the Afghanistan debacle to be fired while demanding a radical overhaul of the entire Pentagon. Quote, "The next president of the United States needs to radically overhaul Pentagon senior leadership to make us ready to defend our nation and defeat our enemies," Hegseth wrote in his book, quote, "The War on the Warriors." Quote, "Lots of people need to be fired. The debacle in Afghanistan, of course, is the most glaring example." Quote, "These generals lied. They mismanaged. They violated their oath. They failed. They disgraced our troops and our nation. They got people killed unnecessarily," he added. "And to this moment, they keep their jobs. Worse, they continue to actively erode our military and its values." He continued, "They caved to civilians with radical agendas. They are an embarrassment with stars still on their shoulders." Indeed, just over 3 years ago, the Taliban seized Kabul, causing the Afghan government to collapse. The Biden-Harris administration, along with its psychopath military officers, carried out a quick evacuation from Afghanistan, which was completed at the end of August. This led to the deaths of 13 brave soldiers whose families Biden has openly disrespected. Thousands of Afghan interpreters and working dogs were also abandoned for the Taliban to slaughter in cold blood. Assuming Team Trump follows through on their court-martial plans, General Mark White Rage Milley, may be under the microscope. Milley's leadership has been called into question multiple times. First, Milley made 2 calls to an official in China's People's Liberation Army just months before Trump left office, assuring our most formidable adversary that he would give advance warning if the U.S. were ever going to attack the communist nation. Milley also made headlines for surrendering Afghanistan and arming the Taliban with $85 billion in U.S. military equipment. Before fleeing Afghanistan in a rush in the fall of 2021, Biden armed the Taliban terrorist organization with approximately $80 billion in U.S. weapons. The White House and Pentagon have never admitted to how many billions of dollars worth of weapons they left behind for the Islamic group. Given these facts, it is no wonder Milley is scared Trump will keep his promise to recall him to uniform and court-martial him for his deceitful actions. The others involved in the worst foreign policy disaster should also be terrified. Amongst other people within the military who have been up to no good for so many years. Yes, the Pentagon needs a complete overhaul. God bless. Please share and subscribe. Always remember, anything's possible in Bizarro World.